What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Bree Dupree, and I'm back with another video. So I thought we would do a like super chatty, like life update, get ready with me sort of thing. It's been a while since I posted one of these. I think the last one I did was like 40 minutes. Also, my rabbits are like playing with this metal ball, so if you hear clanking, that's why. I just want to talk to you guys about like what's been going on and update you guys on like my foster parenting journey and everything like that. I'm gonna put some in this hair bag. Also, my ring light went out, so I just have the daylight. So do you hear them? They're like chasing each other around the cage. Sam, can you leave your sister alone, please? So per usual, I'm priming with my ABH eye primer. This is the only primer I like to use. I haven't wet any sponge or anything, so we're just going to use brushes today because I just didn't feel like wetting a sponge. So that's what we're gonna do. Let's just get this. Oh, what is that? Little ding-a-lang. Here we go. Today we're gonna use the ABH Norvina. This is like the Fall Vibes one collection. So we're just gonna be using this palette today, and I'm just gonna be sticking to like these reds and browns and stuff like that. But I'm first gonna put this yellow shade called E4 in the crease. I like to do my crease right after I blend out my primer, so it doesn't, so it can kind of like set my crease area so I don't have lines on there. And my primer is looking kind of bleh today, but whatever. I'm just gonna use a really big fluffy brush to do this. Oh, that's got brown in there. Does that look like anything? No, okay. So let's start off by telling you guys what happened to me yesterday. So my mom got tested for COVID last week because she wasn't feeling well. And I was over at her house when she wasn't feeling well. And her test came back positive for COVID. She's okay. She's at home currently. She had symptoms, which is the whole reason why she went and got tested. But she's feeling a lot better now, so I'm not as worried about her as I was. But my one job, because you guys know I work at Ulta and I work at a different job. So my office job told me I couldn't come back in until I got results for my COVID test, because I was over at my mom's house when she wasn't feeling well. Until I got the results back. So I've been home for a little while. I just got tested yesterday, which was Monday, because my mom found out on Thursday night, and I couldn't get any place to test me until yesterday, which was Monday. So I guess Sunday night I was eating chocolate chips because I like to eat the mint chip from Halo Top and mix in chocolate chips because I feel like there's just not enough chocolate in there. And I guess I must have left my bag, which was like this 12-ounce bag of like semi-sweet chocolate chips on my coffee table, because that's normally where I eat at and chill at and I watch TV. I must have left it there last night because I fell asleep on the couch, and then when I woke up I just like went to my bed sort of thing. So I went to go get tested yesterday, and I said, you know, I'm not gonna lock up Oreo, which is, if you guys have been following me recently, I really haven't like did like a formal video on him, but I did get a dog. I've had him for almost 2 months now. He is a rescue dog. His name is Oreo. He's black and white. He's a lab and retriever mix, and he's like an older dog. He's 7.5 right now, so he's a little bit on the older side. I think I'm gonna do Yeah, okay, I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. This is C3, and I'm gonna deepen up my crease area. So I went to go get tested, which was in Hammond. So it was 45 minutes there, 45 minutes back. So I said, I'm only gonna be gone for an hour and a half. I'm just gonna leave him out. I didn't want to bring him with me because it was just would have been a lot trying to do the test, because it's like I went to Walgreens and you have to do it yourself, because I've had to do it before. You have to like administer it yourself in the car, and you're like in the drive-through window. So I just didn't want him. It's just kind of hard because Oreo's like all up on me all the time, which I love, but not when I'm like trying to stuff a Q-tip up my nose. So I left him here. So I came home and realized that he ate this whole bag of semi-sweet chocolate. Now it was like a 12-ounce baker's bag, but I've been eating in it here and there. So I'm gonna say there was a good 10 ounces of semi-sweet chocolate chips in that bag. So I started freaking out because obviously dogs can get chocolate poisoning. Obviously chocolate is bad for the dogs. Oh, to blend this out, I'm just using the Jeffree Star. This is the JS8. And earlier the brush I was using was the JH30. So just so you guys know. So I like saw a couple YouTube videos, and it was like a lot of people saying use hydrogen peroxide in the syringe, and I got like the calculations for like his weight and stuff, and inject him with that. Now me, since my cat and my rabbits, everybody's been on medications, I had a syringe that was like pre-measured. So I gave him the peroxide. I even stuck my fingers down his throat. Nothing happened. It said you can dose them twice, but not to dose them more than twice. So I did it 2 times. He never puked. So I'm like freaking out, you know. I called the animal hospital that's only 10 minutes from my house. It's the place where I took Sam when Sam had the snuffles and was sneezing and stuff. It's the same place. So I knew where it was, and took him there. They gave him some medication that makes him throw up, which he threw up. And then she wanted to like watch him for the day just to see how he was doing and stuff. And she gave him like activated charcoal to help absorb any of the other chocolate that might have passed through his body. Because I wasn't specifically sure. My appointment to get tested was at 9:30. So I left my house around 8:45. I got home around 10. So anywhere between 8:45 and 10 o'clock, he had to have eaten this chocolate. And then I didn't get him to the vet until like 11, because like I said, I was trying to make him throw up on my own, because obviously vets are expensive. And I was trying to do it on my own. So he got there around 11. So I wasn't sure how much he had digested and everything like that. So she wanted to keep him. She gave him fluids and activated charcoal and was observing him and things like that. And so she said to watch him for the next 24 to 48 hours, because that's when, if he absorbed anything and it became toxic to him, he could get like seizures or tremors, or like if anything was happening bad to him, to let her know. So that cost me $250 at the vet. And like this whole time I'm like crying, I'm like hysterical, because I'm like thinking this dog is gonna die. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm rushing everywhere. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this darker shade next to C3 called C4, and I'm just going to also put that on my crease. So he's home now. He had like a liquid thing, because she injected him with liquids because she wanted to give him an IV and give him fluids on an IV, like with a catheter, but it would have cost me $200 for an IV and fluids. So I said, like, I can't afford that. She gave me a bill, you guys, and it was like the most expensive bill, and it was like $800. And I'm like, listen, I don't have $800 sitting around, okay? So it ended up just being $250, because it was like, that was like the worst case scenario bill. It was like, if he didn't throw up a lot of chocolate, these are the things we're gonna have to do. So he did end up throwing up majority of the chocolate, she said. And so we didn't have to go through like a lot of things that was like a worst case scenario bill type of thing. Like, just be prepared, worst case scenario. So that was my day yesterday. And then I had to go to the grocery store for my mom, because like I said, she's COVID positive and she really wanted some groceries. So I just bought them. I dropped them off on her porch type of thing. I didn't like bring them in the house because who knows how they, you know, if it's still like on surfaces or whatever. So I brought it in the porch. So that was my yesterday. It was quite crazy. Luckily, I'm off work until my results come back, which can take 2 to 3 days. So luckily I have the days to like monitor him in case something happens. And then she said like take him outside every couple of hours and let him pee more, because that's how it's going to pass through his body. Let him drink as much water as he wants. And mind you, like my dog is, I don't know if I told you guys, but he was heartworm positive. He just got his last 2 shots for his heartworms a couple weeks ago. I'm still giving him medication. He was on 2 medications, but now he's just on 1. And we're slowly decreasing the dose for him. So he already has like a heart issue. So I was just like super worried, because I'm like, if they can cause heart problems, they can cause like heart arrhythmia or something like that. So I was just like super worried about him. But I think he's fine now. I've been hanging out with him all day and he's been fine. He was fine last night. So he just really missed me when I came and got him. But I'm just like, dang, he just gets into everything. So that was my yesterday. Okay, I think I want to go. Do you guys see what's happening there? I feel like I get this with all of these palettes. Like, I tried the blue one first and I did like a green look and I was getting this and I had to change up my eye look, and like now I'm getting this and it's like, I just feel like some of the colors in her palettes just don't play well with some of the other colors. I'm just going to do one more darker color for the crease. I'm going to take a smaller brush and I don't know, do I want to go in? I don't want to go in with that. None of these are dark enough for me. I want to do like a black or something to my brand new Modern Renaissance, because I haven't used this one yet. I'm going to take this brown called Cypress Umber. This is one of the shades I hit pan on my old palette, so I know it'll be a good one. Just going to deepen out my outer crease. So in other news, I am done with my foster parenting classes. I have a home study on the 2nd of December, and I have to still go get fingerprinted, and there's a little bit more paperwork I have to do. But for about a month and a half, I was taking classes every Wednesday night, and due to COVID, it was on Zoom. I did have one class where I had to like physically go to the location because they were teaching us CPR and first aid. So I got like CPR and first aid certified, which is cool because I've never taken a CPR or first aid class before. So I learned a lot about that. And I have like one remake class to take, and she's just gonna do it when she starts her new class next month, because me and another family or whatever missed one class. It was the same class, so she's just gonna put both of us in that class. But basically I'm done, and my Wednesdays are back to being free, which is cool. I've decided I'm not going to foster any kids until I move out of my apartment now. My apartment is up in April, like my lease is up in April, and I'm trying to find a house or a townhouse or a duplex situation where I can have maybe a backyard for Oreo or something, and maybe get like 3 bedrooms, because I alone need like 1.5 bedrooms. Like, my rabbits can't be out in the open because Oreo tries to eat them. So they need to be in a room, and they can't be in the room with me because my rabbits are more active in the nighttime, and they used to keep me up when I would have them in the room with me. So that's why they aren't in my bedroom when I moved here. I put them in this beauty room with me because I did not want to be constantly woken up by their nighttime activity. And I don't want whatever kids I have to also have to be staying up or be bothered by the noise of the rabbits. There's already so much trauma that goes on with these kids, which is the reason why we take classes in the first place. They give us these classes to give us tools on how to deal with trauma and how to recognize when a kid is acting out because they've been through trauma, and how to create like a safe place for a child to feel comfortable enough to disclose the trauma they've been in. So it's very educational. And nothing was like, you have to pay to get fingerprinted. So I had to pay to get fingerprinted out of pocket, which is like 40 bucks, but they reimburse you after you've been licensed. But you don't pay for like the classes are free. If you guys are wondering more about what organization I've been going through and things of that nature, I'm not sure if they're international or national, whatever. I know that they're in the state of Indiana, if you're in the state of Indiana, or if you just want to see if they're near you, because it's a really great organization. Their name is Kids Peace, and I will have a link to their website down below if you want more information about fostering or adopting or whatever, because they do fostering and they also do foster to adopt programs if you guys are interested. So yeah, I'm planning on moving into a house because I'm planning on having more than one kid. One of the first things they tell you, or at least one of the first things I was told, was basically like no kid comes in alone, right? Like most of the times they have siblings. I was actually in foster care. I'm pretty sure I told you guys about this on my other chit chatty life update or whatever. I was in foster care. I don't really remember it at all because I was very young, but all three of us, so my mom has 3 kids. All 3 of us were in foster care, and I don't think we lived together because I remember my mom saying that the family that had me wanted to adopt me, and I remember my mom saying something about the woman that my sister had would like try to make her eat like weird vegetables. I don't know. I'm gonna go in with C1 and put that on the lid. I'm just gonna use my finger. So a lot of people that I've said I was fostering to, or that have seen my post about fostering, been making a comment and been calling it adoption. And so I don't know if this is a common misunderstanding or if it's just the people that are on my Facebook. But adoption and fostering are 2 different things. From what I've gathered when it comes to adopting, which I didn't do much research because it's not my intent right now to adopt a kid. Adopting, you pay to adopt a kid. Obviously you can foster to adopt, but the main goal of fostering a kid is to reunite them with their family. That's basically the end goal. You're just sort of a place where they can stay, a little safe haven while their parents figure out their life. Obviously, if you don't want your kid, you can sign away your parental rights if you're having issues or whatever. But a lot of times these kids are like, their parents are drug addicts, so they're like maybe in rehab getting their life together or whatever, and they're working the program. So the whole purpose of a foster home primarily is to have a safe haven that's temporary for a child until their parents can get them back. I think here in the state of Indiana you have, I think it's like 22 months to get your kid back. So like 22 months to like turn your life around or whatever happened to you. Maybe they're in jail and you're just like fostering the kid until the parents get out of jail or whatever. Every scenario is different. Now I got all this glitter fall out under my eyes. Great. I'm just blending this out a little bit because I feel like that was a little bit of a harsh line. So just so you guys know, there are 2 different things. And while I'm not opposed to adopting, right now in my life, my goal is to foster and help as many kids as I can. That's what my goal is. If one kid happens to come around and clicks and we get along and their parents express that they don't want to live with them or they want to sign away the parental rights, then that's a different scenario. But that's not what I'm going into this to do at this current time. So just in case you guys out there are wondering about that, I just sanitized my hands. I'm gonna first go in, I'm pretty sure this is high end, the Caprice antioxidant dew. I love this stuff. I'm almost out of it. I'm gonna put this on first. A little moisture moment. That looks provocative. I did a quick weave, but I'm like a picker and I pulled like my edges because it pulls on my hair. I'm like thinking because I'm bald headed it wouldn't pull on anything, but it did. Because I have like a centimeter of hair growth right now. And then I'm also just gonna go in with the Professional Pore No More, or Professional whatever, by Benefit, and just put this mainly on my T-zone because my pores are huge in that area. The most expensive foundation I own, the Estee Double Wear, and I'm gonna mix it because this is a little bit too dark for me. I'm gonna mix this in with the Pure because this Pure is like my color, and we're gonna do a little mixeroo. I don't think I've ever used a pump on this thing. I love, some people could say it's not you know, sanitary, but I actually like being able to control where it comes out, because I don't know about you guys, but sometimes the pumps just squirt out and then like I get it on my shirt, it becomes like a whole problem. So yeah, I'm gonna get my brush ready. I might go in with 2 different brushes. Okay, get those on standby. And now I'm gonna pump this Estee Lauder on my face. A little bit there. And let's just blend this bitch in. In other news, I got a raise at my job and now I'm gonna be working from home permanently starting the 1st of December. So I'm super excited. I'm trying to find another desk. I might just turn this desk into it because, so basically I process applications for the state Medicare applications. That's the job I do right now for the state of Indiana. I process them, but we're going to be processing them for the state of Kansas. So we're gonna be, they're gonna give us like 2 monitors, because right now at my job we have 2 monitors that we use because you have to like look at the application that they did online, and then you have to like put the data in on a website, and then you have like to respond to emails and send out templates, and you have to take application notes and upload those notes when you process the application. So if anybody has to open it for anything else, they know like what you did to it and everything like that, like an update on it. So they're gonna send us our equipment. It's gonna be like 2 monitors, like a hard drive, you know, keyboard, mouse, everything like that. So it's not like I can work from my laptop. The first 5 weeks are training though, so I wonder if we could use our laptops for that. But since I don't really eat on my dining room table, I'm like, maybe I'll just turn my dining room table into the office, because I don't even have any dining room table chairs right now. Every time I'm looking for the specific chair that I want, it's like sold out. So I'm like constantly waiting, or they like up the price when I can afford it, when it's like in stock. So I'm like constantly waiting to get these chairs, because My table, if you guys have seen it, is like mint, and my whole theme is like mint, blush, and rose gold. And I mean, it's mint, like blush, rose gold, and gold basically, but like the rose gold kind of ties in with the blush. I don't know. So the chairs I found are like blush chairs with gold legs, and it's really hard to find chairs that have gold legs. Everybody wants to put like metal legs on them that are silver, and I don't want silver because I don't have any silver in my house. So I'm like, should I just set it up? I don't know. I have to set up a little office. I don't want to work in here because I want to be able to see Oreo, and Oreo can't come in here because of my rabbits. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. But yeah, I'm gonna be working from home indefinitely, and I'm super excited because I'm gonna be saving so much money on gas, and I'm getting a raise, so I'm gonna have a little bit more money coming in, and I'm gonna have more time. So I really don't do anything after work. I kind of come straight home because my dog has already been locked up for like 9 hours when I'm at work, right? Because I work 8.5 hours at my job. It takes a half hour to get there, half hour back. That's already 9.5 hours I'm gone. And so if I do anything extra, like I want to go to the gym or DoorDash or whatever after work, I feel bad because I feel like my dog is getting locked up. I'm gonna go in with a mixture of the Juvia's Place and Dose of Colors concealer. I just got done editing my video when I used this and I forgot how much I liked it. So, and I'm also gonna get my RCMA powder ready to set. So I decided that since I'm gonna be working from home, I'm gonna open up my schedule at Ulta because I got transferred. I don't know if I told you guys about this or not. I got transferred. They opened up an Ulta in Valpo. So I got transferred to that one since I live out here. So I could stop driving all the way out to Maryville 7 days a week because my job is out there in Maryville too. So now my job is only 10 minutes away instead of 40 minutes away, and it's really nice, but they don't give me any hours. Like, I'm like 1 day a week for the past 4 weeks, and it's like I'm used to working 2 days a week, and then those days being like 6 to 8 hour days, and they're giving me like 4-hour shifts 1 day a week. So it's really stupid. But I figured if I open up my availability, I'm just not gonna go in with the Dose of Colors one, just forget it. I forgot how this one was. So I just used Juvia's Place concealer. So I'm gonna open up my availability to 3 days a week, like 3 days on the weekdays, being able to work starting from 5 o'clock, because now we're gonna be on holiday hours. Well, I don't know what's going on because all these states are reverting back to things, but we're supposed to be on holiday hours and be open till 9, which means you can be there until 10 because you're there like an hour after close. So I'm gonna say I can work 5 to 10, like 3 days a week, and then work on either Saturdays or Sundays and have one of those weekend days off, so I'm not working 7 days a week on a schedule. Like if I want to DoorDash, or lately I've been doing more hair out here, so if I want to do like more hair, I'll schedule my appointments on that day, and that'll be like an optional day if I'm working or not, but not a day that I have to work. Which, by the way, follow me on the Instagram, because when I do hair, I post pics on there. Some people just aren't comfortable being recorded, which I understand, but I always take pictures for my portfolio, and they're always on my Instagram, in case you guys are wondering how I do like people's hair, because I do color and I lift hair, and I specialize in like curly hair and keeping the integrity of the hair. But anyways, so I transferred there, and then that gave me a lot of days. So I'm gonna change my availability, like I said, once I start working from home. And then also I'm gonna get back in the gym. I've been doing the Weight Watchers thing, but this month I fell off, and I just said I'm just gonna get back on it on the 1st, because this month has just been really stressful for me, and I went through a bad depression. I was just like living off of like delivery pizza for like 2 weeks, and I probably gained back like 10 of the pounds that I lost. I lost like 25 pounds altogether, but I'm pretty sure I gained like 10 pounds back. And I wanted to get back in the gym anyways, but like I said, it was like hard for me to do it after work because I have responsibilities here. But now that I'm gonna be here all day, my dog will be fine if I work until 4:30 and then go to the gym at 5 o'clock and come back at 7, do you know what I mean? Because I would have been here all day with him and have been able to feed him either before or after and take him outside and everything like that. So I'm gonna start working out. And then since I don't have to get up until 8 and I'm a morning person anyways, I decided at least 2 days a week, at least until it starts getting deathly cold outside, I'm gonna walk my dog in the mornings because he does need that. He was on the minimal work exercise, like minimal activity because of his heartworms, but the vet said I can start like walking him now. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that activity in for him. There's a really nice trail by my house where I live, and there's like little ponds and a bridge, and like it's just really beautiful and scenic. And like I live in a very popular dog community. There's a dog park like 2 blocks from me, so I'm gonna really focus on him getting his activity up and everything like that in the mornings and be more active. And so I have like a whole plan set up and I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited about working from home. The only thing I'm not excited about is like, one of the reasons why I love going to work, because we were training from home for a while until I was like training for a month at my house, and then we went into the location and I just got like a little stir crazy and got tired of like wearing sweatpants and things like that, because I have a whole closet that's full of business casual clothes, but I'm not wearing any of them. I'm trying to see if I want to set my face or not. Is that a hanging track? No, it's that thing. Ugh, my head is like itching. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and set real quick. I'm gonna use a Jaclyn Hill loose luminous powder so I can still look a little doo-doo but also set at the same time and still keep it high end. She was like, you don't need a lot, you just need very little. I'm like, okay girl. So yeah, things are like looking up for me. I just hope that this job is permanent, because come to find out, apparently the job I was hired for was a contract job, which nobody expressed that to me when I got hired or at all. And so our job was supposed to be up at December 31st because we were only going to be working through open enrollment for this state, apparently, even though nobody told us this. My job is very not keen on communicating. That's become apparent with me working there. So they were like, well, as far as we know, this job is going to be permanent. But I'm like, as far as you know, like, you need to let me know. Because the pay that I get hourly is really good for the state that I'm in. Because my first job interview here, they were trying to pay me like $8 an hour. I'm going to be making $15. So it's really good for the location that I'm in, since like gas here is lower and rent here is lower and things like that. So I need to keep it that way. I don't know if I have a high-end bronzer. Let's just use, I'm gonna use a Shade and Light palette. Boom. I'm gonna use these 2 colors here for my bronzer today. Bronzer slash contour. I'm gonna use a smaller version of the brush that I normally use, so it can act like a little bit more of like a contour as well. And should be fine. If you're interested in how I got this hair, what kind of hair it is, where it's from, and how I installed it, it looked a lot better than this did. This is a little bit old. It should be up already. I'll have it in the cards. Okay, for brows today, I'm gonna do a very easy brow. I don't think I've shown you guys how I've been doing my brows lately, but you're gonna find out today. This is like my brows that I use, especially when I have lighter colored hair and I don't want to use my darker brow products. I just brush them up like so. Now I don't have a high-end brow product, so sue me. I am going to use the NYX. This is the NYX Tinted Brown Mascara in the shade Espresso. And it's just like a lighter brown color. It's not as dark as my normal brows. I'm just gonna put that in my brows. I think I'm getting low on this because I use it so much. I slightly curved mine. It's just better for me to apply like that. Okay, so both my eyes are watering. Apparently, this eye is crazily watering. My eye is like so watering. Oh, the sun is getting away from us. Anyways, for blush, I'm pretty sure we can consider Alamal high end. I'm gonna go in with this blush because it's my favorite, and I'm just gonna go in with Seclusion, which is the peachy shade here. This is my favorite shade and like my favorite blush. And I'm just using the ColourPop Dual Fiber brush. This is the F14. It's one of my favorite brushes to use for blush. Okay, I want to do the under eye, but I just feel like it's gonna be a waste. I'm just gonna go ahead and do that real quick and come back because I'm pretty sure my eye is just gonna like water its whole life away. Okay, so lashes are on. My eye is watering really bad, especially this one. So if my lashes aren't perfect, don't clock me. I'm gonna take these off like probably as soon as I get done filming. I'm gonna go ahead and spray my face with Urban Decay All Nighter. There we go. And then for highlight, I'm just gonna use my Anastasia and Nicole Guerrero. And I like to mix this pinky shade here called Kitty Cat with Glow Getter. And it gives me a nice highlight. It's like not super crazy when you see me from the front. You can't really see it. Like, see? It's like not giving me a line. I like these two colors mixed together. Because the pinky kind of blends in with the blush. And then the dark kind of doesn't give me that cast. See how it just gives me the glow? But not a cast. Which is what I appreciate. So. And then I'm going to take Forever Young and 143 and put that on the forehead. I like to highlight right above the arch of the brow and the start of the brow. Just like that. And we are glowing, you guys. I hope you guys can see with this lighting, how beautiful this eyeshadow would have been had both my eyes today. Normally it's just my left eye. Today they both decided they canoodled and conspired against me. And then for mascara for the under eye, I'm just gonna go in with the Urban Decay Lash Freak. And you have to like really scrape this. Otherwise it gets super clunky. I want to do like a nude lip because the last video we did a dark lip. So let's do a nudie lip. Let's just use the Dose of Colors. This is Dose of Colors Nude Mood. Put her on today. Because I have this perfect eyeliner, the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On pencil in the color Alkaline. But I don't know if it's gonna stay in there because my eyes. So let's see. But here is the finished look. Once again, if you guys are interested on this hair, it is a synthetic hair. Oh, let's put this. We don't want them to clock our black hair. This is a synthetic hair that I did a quick weave of. It'll be in the iCards because I do my blonde quick weaves a little bit differently than I would do other quick weaves. So yeah, this is the finished look, you guys. I love how the actual skin turned out, even though my eyes are like crazy. I always forget just how good that Shade and Light palette is, so don't forget about it, you guys. I love these things, full face of like nothing new, high-end. I've been really trying to just see what I have in my collection lately, and trying not to buy as much. So I really am loving just like falling back in love with like everything that I have. Thank you guys for listening to me about my life update. There's gonna be plenty of more of those in the future. Subscribe if you have not already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.